You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
You can't let the break be too long after that kind of build-up, that kind of hype. We've got to find out. Heat and 9. Wanted to finish that off with the around and find out, but probably shouldn't be.
Well,
That said,
Jax is going to start very nice and early, and oh my god, it's a firing squad outside, and there will be trades back and forth. Jax with 3 in the pistol round, and 9's hopes of winning the T-side pistol have been squandered. They've been swatted out. This was much quicker than I expected. No util run outside. 9 were in for a bad time.
Sparrow is still in for a bad time. It might even be a long time, unfortunately for him. And, you know, look, to the credit of what you were mentioning before as well, absolutely, Jax is someone who is dear to my heart, but that does not necessarily mean he is the dearest person to the scoreboard itself. And that is really the king of CS at the end of the day. The numbers matter. Maybe not in the grand scheme of things contextually, but in a lot of these specific instances, you can tell a lot from them.
I think people behind the scenes have always been spoke very highly of Jax because he's a great personality. He seems to really fit as a glue guy, and when he can shoot, he certainly has his day. And starting off with a nice 3K in the pistol round is a good foot forward.
And Jax is definitely like the ultimate I will fool your eye test player, because every time he's hitting shots, he is hitting some nasty ones. But then if not, then well, yeah, he's just not there. That said, though, like you mentioned, Body's actually had a major resurgence as well on this particular team. You know, he's a big veteran. Not necessarily the player you'd be expecting to be pulling everything off if you went back to like 2016, 2017, well, more like 2018 when
It's
the
kind of
G2
crazy.
lineup.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to think that some people wouldn't know that he's been on G2. Like there's a new
That's
breed.
nuts.
There's a new wave of audience that probably wouldn't know that he's got history like that back when G2 was predominantly French.
I mean, he replaced Scream. And for a while, you know, Body had a few rounds. I think back to an ace on Overpass that actually casted as well. It was, he had some rounds where he was like kind of headshot machining his way in as well, but it just was never quite able to build up to a point beyond a serviceable role player. Still, nice to see them come through and dominate in a tier 2 now and then. But yeah, that is the final frontier that they're hoping for. And you know, that final frontier is what they're hoping to cross over here as well. ESL Pro League conference spot on the line. And I'm sure that these guys would like to be able to make their way over there and fill up those seats.
Always loved that he was part of the innovations behind some of the casual bangs as well. People always love
Yeah,
talking
the
about
body bangs.
The body bang. Even though it hit them straight in the head.
That was disgusting.
Yeah, it was honestly, it probably just opened up people's eyes to the idea of going for timing picks like that. You know, we started to see them on Overpass as well afterwards. Very cool stuff. 9 on rifles now, and a very aggressive stance here from Heat. Aggro towards ramp, and they get the double kill, even if that flash found full effectiveness. They're losing numbers quick. They're down to 2 at the start of this round.
Ooh.
Wow, this is not exactly what you would anticipate coming away from the first gun round. HEETafroo didn't have a gun. The rest of the squad wanted to get aggro, and HEETafroo wasn't a part of it. This is a 9-1 round. Everybody's still alive, and 1 kill a pop for each of their players. Spear was the only one that missed out, and he will also lose his duel.
It is a... I have to say, it is a nice change after what we saw earlier on today, where, you know, if you are going to have CTs just getting aggressive into a default, they will just die. Don't always necessarily see that in other regions.
Just a bit ridiculous. You know, we're pushing with SMGs and the like. You know, they're treating it like a bonus round, and they wanted to, I guess, disrupt what 9 had on the default, but yeah, that's about as bad as it could have gone.
Absolutely.
For Heat. This is an elimination game. We are in our lower bracket of the playoffs. 9 having suffered a loss to the Blue Jays. And Heat having lost to 1 win earlier in the playoffs. You really want to get your hands on an EPL conference spot if you can. Take that next leg up into top-tier competition.
I mean, especially when you consider for 9 in particular, this is so incredibly important because both of these teams do have the national championships route they can also take to the Pro League conference. But for 9, the I'm gonna butcher this pronunciation, but the Mistrozowska Polski, the national championship for Poland, they're not doing too hot in that either. They are lagging behind just a little bit. They've got actually quite a few teams ahead of them just in their group. They've got a 4-4 record over there, so that's not the best in the world. He's always going to be a primary contender with Falcons, but even for them, this is where you just want to close it out, say, oh, thank God.
Yeah, one of the problems with birthing a team at the start of the season is that all those early hiccups and all those early issues are very apparent when you're in match games. Or when you're in officials, I suppose, makes way more sense. Match games, is that redundant?
Crossfire's going to turn out nicely. Exorcist is unable to find anything beyond that, but he does keep the bomb away. Let's not forget it. And Sparrow forced to try and cross and take the duel will end up losing it out. Minio brought down low. And as they get control over vents, they've still got a player to keep an eye out for. There's Exorcist trying to get handsy around the vents, and he will be able to keep himself alive. Afro to cover him off somehow. 4 HP is what the man is left with, and he is feeling okay with it.
Yeah, nice little double setup towards the lower side. They conceded outside control, so understood that Secret could be taken here from 9, and they simply waited. They had some utility available. They were waiting for the initial timing, and once they were spotted on the lower side, even if they tried to chase one down, always have to deal with the other player, Decon, and 9 weren't quite prepared for it. Also the lower attack, and then the main players just had to dive down those vents. That was a critical round there for Heat. Lost the bonus rather handily. So when they reinvested into rifles, it's so important for the stability of their economy that they keep numbers up. 9 still trying to apply that pressure, and oh god, really took a chance there. K, sorry.
It's alright. He's added like 17 more eyes since the last time we casted him, so I feel like
it was like 4 last time I saw him, but
yeah,
he's grown in power.
He's dotting all his eyes. Just
No
need some T's in
Where
there.
are the T's? It's fine from Afro, might just be a round under.
Yeah, that could be massive because he's going to be getting this AK, the solitary rifle, down and out. Minio's gone, and now the aggression on ramp is going to be met with some spam from Kylo, which is nice and all, but spam right back from body keeps them honest, and trades are still coming in. Exorcist's push is going to find just the 1 kill. He's trying to spam through towards the trophy room where he's unable to collect on anyone, but Kylo down on 11 HP. He's got no chance whatsoever here.
Yeah, knows Afro is low HP, flanking the lobby, but doesn't have his hands on the package. He's going around to make sure he capitalizes on this kill. But he has also conceded the round by doing this. Gonna try and save now Kyler, but a 4th round for Heat, no problems whatsoever. Nice aggressive move there from Afro to just disrupt the plan for 9. They were stuck behind a ramp smoke and a bunch of utility. So when he dealt with that solitary rifle in lobby, it just stopped 9 in their tracks. It's like one of those moments before disaster clips.
Might be one of those clips right now of here as well as they try and figure out exactly what to do with this money that they've got going on. Do you force buy around the AK? How do you try and make it work? They've called a timeout to figure that end out as well. Michael, do you know if Sparrow is gelling for them?
That's an interesting question. I don't believe... Actually, I do believe so.
Okay.
My guesses would be between him and Minio.
Yeah, it says Minio on Wikipedia, but I'm just surprised about that because Minio is obviously, comparatively younger player. Generally been a very good role player, though, so I do sort of understand where that's coming in from. But yeah, actually, Minio's a little bit older than I thought he is, but even so, he is 27. Interesting.
Yeah, I know that Spiro has in-game led before.
Yeah.
as well as Opt. So
I think on Wisla Krakow he was IGLing.
yeah, you'd be testing my knowledge further back.
Yes, he was. I
and
just checked. Yes, he
Yeah.
was.
Even if it is one over the other, if it is Minio or if it is Shapiro, I'm sure they would bounce ideas. They're still early into the roster, and it's always nice to have another voice that you can rely on. That your plans don't work out or your calls don't feel like they're working. Someone else can always give a go at it. Not so much success on the pistols in this round. You see that they haven't invested in any armor or extra utility. And they just tried to jiggle the angle and got completely railed.
Jax was so aware because his teammate was also just trying to toss it smoke through the hole, so he didn't want to let his fellow comrade die. Ends up being a quick kill on the minion for his trouble. AK might be recoverable. Goofy's certainly searching for it, but a re-smoke and he has decided against his quest for it. Instead, just fires out a couple of big shots, and he's good to go.
Trying to pretend like there's many people in the door. Switching weapons, and Spiro gets found out. Okay, as well will also drop, so unideal. Hey, there's that AK. Oh my god, he's getting spammed.
Yeah, this is not a friendly door. Not the kind of door you want to play knock-knock with, is what we're getting at.
I thought he would have at least a little space to pick up that AK, but he couldn't even consider it. He's taking damage before it even crossed his mind.
Still no pulled out for the CT side. No need for it so far, but I am looking forward to seeing exactly how that goes if they actually do opt for it. Corner angle being played out by Goofy up above on the silo. Body's hoping that his aggression can find something off the back of the smoke, but it's going to be dissipating. Kai is actually discovered somehow. Body's able to get away with that kill.
With K drops, this is not looking good here for 9. I look like a sitter of a frag. They boost Body in at ramp, so they can make use of his low HP, act as a sentry, and hope to just not get cleared. 9 are still regrouping inside the lobby, and while they do have a bit of a lurking presence outside, it'll be hard to get an activation unless these door players find these frags nice and quick. Kyler's been spotted. Spear is still holding for the far vent peak, and that's perfect. The double entry now for a 9 as they've pulled the numbers advantage into their favor. Afro getting smoked off in the heavens, and Goofy will shoot him right through it. Heat have lost control of this round far faster than anticipated, and Body kicked off this round with success, but will now have to save.
Very crisp shots coming out onto the hold, I have to say. Again, this might sound like I'm harping on, but we haven't casted ESL Europe in a while. And it's just, yeah, those quick shots to the head of everything. Europe really is on a different level to the rest of the world. It's kind of crazy.
It's also just not over panicking or over flicking. You know, they went in with a very targeted focus. One was looking for or it's like hunting for a kill. The other is there to cover off an angle that's very likely to be a part of the setup. These types of clean moves on T side sometimes is a little missing from the Asian division.
Well,
been that long since we looked at Europe. Come on now.
It's been like 4 months, Michael.
It has been a little bit of time.
Like, you know,
I watch games all the time.
It's not the same thing as, you know, react to it in time, you know? It's like, hey, yeah, watching it chill out, yeah, man, like, he hit the shots.
We had so much content to consume during the RMRs.
Yeah, maybe Challenger got a bit neglected behind that a little bit. More Body, however, readjusting and very well aware of where Goofy has been playing from consistently, will be backing off from the red container and not revealing his position, trying to even use this as a one-way, although I can't say I know how much he's able to see from behind it. This could be a false sense of security that they are lulled into. And Afro's first kill is massive. Before the diagonals can even drop through, Body's been given so much more space. A flashback to try and hold on to position. And he wants to keep fighting right next to the red container. Keeps going forward for more. Even catches a few more bullets in on the cross. It is Kyler to finally trade. And in the meanwhile, Joko will fall elsewhere. Sparrow able to find that flank, but it's still a disadvantage for the T side. Kyler unlikely to find much more. The op will drop, but with Jax covering off the cross, this is still going to be so difficult for Kyler. He needs to find this kill fast before Exorcise can come in from behind.
Yeah, Jax was just getting confirmation on information and making sure that attention was diverted away from that flank. Exorcise was the final nail in the coffin for this round. But very aggro stuff outside. We've seen HEET try and play forwards to the red container in a number of these rounds, whether it's been Body or this time with Afra's AWP. So Jax as well make it his territory in the pistol round. So it's been nice to have some variance between the players that are taking these fights outside, because you play the area a little differently. There are certain fights you'll be more comfortable with. It's definitely been hard to read if you're 9, and even if you find that kill, because it will be different people every time, can sometimes confuse you as to where the remaining CTs are. It doesn't give you much of an indication of to what the remainder of the CT setup looks like. So it feels like 9 are kind of left in the dark. They've been successful in the rounds where HEET have gone aggressive in the one bonus round, as well as the one sort of late A-take mid-round we saw from 9.
Yeah.
But in terms of just establishing map control, those fights have not been great.
9's definitely been struggling to get a default going where they're able to get control over any area of the map. You know, normally you see teams prioritize, hey, let's get secret and try and play off that, maybe under heaven, play off of that, maybe just, you know, start some brush out of the ramp.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you're right. That's the part that they've really been struggling with. And their economy is going to be struggling soon as well, unless they're able to find this round. It's a good start, as it is a 2-for-1 across the board, but a lot of noise made by Kyler as he is fading away. Exorcise also knows where Sparrow should be, as he is expecting a couple of players around the corner inside garage. But what is the adjustment coming out from the T side? With the amount of map control they have, they've at the very least satisfied the condition we'd sent for them. What do they do with it afterwards, though?
Oh, thought for sure they're going to get caught out by Exorcise's position, but Kyler makes sure that he's dropped quick. It was a 1-for-1 trade, so they know that one was spotted at the heavens, but the immediate reposition from HEET will be hard to read. Jax is trying to get aggro and get close to Spiro, but he's holding with that AWP, and he spotted him. The tag, it's there. Some solid damage in exchange, and Minio will be able to capitalize on that damage. Joko was lower and was hoping that they might just fall into his trap on the B-bomb site, but looking like another round here for 9.
I was certain that Exorcise would be able to find that frag. It's such a crucial kill to get, even if it is traded away immediately afterwards. 9 just used that, you know, double man advantage so nicely, where they've just got, again, it's a similar thing to what we saw in that A-side slow hit, where you've just got the trades covered off. Let them trade if they're going to. Just get the kill afterwards, so it'll always be in your favor after you've got the initial advantage. Sounds simple enough. Definitely very difficult to execute, though.
Oh, Minio hunting Joko down as well. Wasn't quite considering his position for a large part of his progress in ramp, but wasn't spotted by any player, and eventually thought that box was oddly suspicious. HEET now down in the dumps with their money, so 9 can build some success on this T side. Up against Pistols next. It's a force buy, in fact, here from HEET. Full commitment. Some players with 1,500. Some just barely over 1,900, but deciding to buy together and hope that they can pull the wool over the eyes of the French squad.
Mine are very much set up for an equalizer here, the way things are going. Oh dear, that equalizer might never be coming. What a flashbang to assist them in coming through, even recovering the rifles as they do so. And the T's don't know how much util there is, how many decals there are on the other side. They've got no information whatsoever.
Yeah, rifles are covered, and he can back off of this as well, so they can reinforce wherever they want, even to sit on bomb sites. That might be ideal. 9 are left wondering how it went all so wrong. That singular flash did so much work. And K was tagged up by the scout earlier into the round, so this is this is really looking awful. Just establishing map control on defaults for 9 has been difficulty. Now up against pistols, they experience more issues.
HEETafroo's also still covering off ramp room, and they've got a Molotov and a smoke to try and deal with it. But if they use that, you're not getting the bomb down. And Joko's still on the lower bomb site. You've got a couple more players in their events who can rotate down and drop down quickly. 9's unlikely to keep a lurker out in a 5-on-3. Good flashbang. They needed to get the kill, though. HEETafroo's able to keep himself alive, quickly navigates around, and both of the upper bomb site players are looking to re-navigate the secret. Combined forces with Joko. Joko's got control over glass, though, and as they can't progress through, they have to rely on the AWP to cover it off instead. Sparrow spotted out, and Joko's given up that information. The bomb still can't be planted. There's 8 seconds on the clock. They need to commit, and they need to commit soon, but they miss out on their chance, and XSCs has got the spray down as well. Sparrow now in risk after time, could end up falling. Joko will eliminate him.
That is a ridiculous round for HEET to win. It's a burner of a round with this flash into lobby. And you could see that they got real desperate here on 9. Low time, had to try and plant in the smoke, and Exorcise delivers on 4 kills to make sure that HEET steal this one past 9. That is a ridiculous round.
5 players kept alive.
That was also really well done from 9. Like, the mid-rounding actually looked good. They double went ramp, they mollied off the vent so that there were no fast rotates there from HEET, but there's still one player that slipped by. Still applying pressure. That was Joko.
Interesting
Interesting
gun flare. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's just an extra thing, though, in all fairness.
It is, I believe. Yeah, it was like a blue sparks.
Kamehameha spam going on over there. Joko's position is going to be really rough to deal with. Flashes aren't going to catch him off at all. He's just relying on pure aim, and he's got plenty of it. HEETafroo around the corners, missed too many shots in this position, and now the punishment comes through in a quick 3-on-3 found. Rifles recovered, and flanks sniffed out. Jax cannot proceed any further. He is going to be smelt from far away at this point, practically. XSC has got to try and cover off heaven in the meanwhile.
Yeah, this isn't one of those calls where you get some progress in at ramp and you just stop and freeze, hope for the opponent to make a mistake, and HEET are not biting down just yet. Only one that's on the lower side is Body, and he's got a lot of tall task ahead of him.
Oh, Molotov's going to end up... Oh, no! Oh, your gun, Body! Pull it out! But he's just not able to get much done with it. At least the grenade makes it a 1-for-1 regardless, but... So much space given over towards his lower bomb site. Both players coming in from ramp. Oh, Kai might have made a mistake. He's given them time. He's given them time to actually move into a slightly more threatening position. All the way up close to ramp. Maybe doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, as both players do keep on walking all the way forward. And now with the double doors being closed up as well, they've got some information. A smoke for XSCs and the kill for XSCs. Oh my days. This is getting rougher and rougher. Kai has got to take down the bomb diffuser, but he doesn't know whether it's being stuck or not. Covered off. Jax to finish it out. And despite a shaky situation that they find themselves in, HEET will bring up to 8.
Yeah, they got their hands on an AWP as well for the save. That looked a little bit awkward over at ramp. If Joko had head armor, he probably gets 3 or 4 kills, but he made the, I guess, the quote-unquote, like, right buying decision. Only had Kevlar, but when he got dinked, suddenly his aim was in the sky. Well, he opened up an opportunity there for 9 to punish. In fact, they go 2 for 2 in the duels. Yeah, that's something that HEET will want to tighten up. So they got the round win. That's what matters. They've kept 9 at bay and down onto these pistols once again. Already up to 8, but looking like they might find 9 versus 9. Good molly timing. They wanted to use that flash to get progress in at ramp, and will be denied doing so. They're really risking it. They're chasing him as well. They know that he was playing close to that smoke with how close that spam was, and they are running after him. There's no escape for Joko.
But a lot of situations where they're able to get control of a bomb site with somewhat even numbers, but an advantage, even if it is temporary, is going to be something to really write home about. XSCs is just a menace. Oh my goodness, this guy lives up to his name. He's just hopping around like it's CrossFit all over the place.
On Kyler now to try and save this round here for 9, and he's got a good timing on the flank. Oh
no.
Pulling out different guns is unideal, so now Kyler's known about. This might be a call to save, yeah.
Peace out, guys. See you next round.
A 9th here for Heat, but you're right, Exorcise has been all over the place. Cardio is looking good.
Oh yeah. Guys, getting built for a triathlon, which is to say, he's really hoping that the 3rd season will bring him to a major.
Dude, I mean, that timing there for Kyler.
I
Just
swear,
pick
that's
one.
actually just...
You're gonna walk around with the deagle, just go for the deagle kill.
K is not having a good time though. He's gone and found himself on the 111, which is one of the very few things in Counter-Strike worse than 007.
A rarity, indeed. About as many ones as I's in his name.
Oh, okay. Not ideal, and neither is that. Body finds 2 as they try to push through the smoke.
Kyler has gotten down, so there was a trade, but this is a bomb. And linking up with the players that currently sit top silo and back lobby, let's just say it will be difficult. How can they cross the secret as safely as their teammate? Came at heavy casualties. Kyler can't feel his legs.
Kyler can't feel his chances of winning that this half either. So.
It might just be that he's trying to distract and convince them that it's the lower side, but they instead re-navigate towards the upper.
It's just too much information with Joker's position over here. Jax even finds Minion. That's a quick drop, and that means that they can commit a bit more over towards ramp, maybe. Afro spots out Sparrow as well in the meanwhile, and it's just Jax to continue to strangle them down. Kyler's left from basically nothing, although he does find at least a quick kill. Bomb plant relatively in the open. Maybe setting up for some sort of miracle as Kyler is waving around his wand, hoping for some magic to come through. Exorcise just revealing position, trying to keep Kyler's attention distracted over, and he has succeeded so far, but Kyler's actually pushing over towards him. If Exorcise isn't careful, could get timing, then instead is just more than content with the info. Kyler, however, is hunting. He smells blood in the water. And this man is a shark. Flashbang prepped up as well. Suddenly things becoming very possible. Quick peek out, but the off will punish. Afro might miss some sitters, but he won't miss anyone. He's trying to jiggle out a corner.
Very, very good heads up there from Exorcise throughout that clutch. It was a 3-on-1, and he knew that as soon as he got close to ramp, that he was going to be hunted down. So he tried to play super safe and let his teammates get progress on the bomb. But really difficult for Kyler to pull things off. Fantastic shot from Afro, actually. The reaction to do a complete 180, then re-scope in for that fight. Felt like the post-plant, the retake there for Heat, the communication was impeccable. Even in the 5-on-3, you saw how quickly they reacted to the main player in Spiro. Feels like Heat are working very well together at the moment. But they have been burning through a lot of their timeouts. Seems like each and every one of these rounds that gets close, they call another timeout just to catch their breath a little. A lot of close calls, but not a whole lot that have been taken over the line here by 9.
Of course, Heat's coach as well is a old player from LDLC. I think it's Matten, who was playing over there once upon a time. Sometimes you just gotta start things, man. Sometimes you just gotta start things. Yeah.
Younger than Spiro, so.
You don't know how to fire shots, Michael.
I'm just saying.
Listen,
I'm just saying he's an old
Listen,
guy.
man. Like, yeah, so is Roy, and that guy is stacking up.
Yeah, people still
stats on
compete.
Fnatic. Yeah.
Age is just a number.
Have you heard Forrester saying, "Give me a chance to fade"?
Time is but a concept.
Joko, however, is a little bit more ephemeral. At least he makes other people's lives ephemeral. Comes out, destroys them, goes back and philosophizes about it. Jax is also going to be trying to do the same. Up shots are not even going to be fired. Jax is just hitting shots of his own.
I mean, and a super risk taken there by Jax. Just walked straight through the door smoke, but after the earlier success, felt like there wasn't any extra presence in lobby, and he was right. Could have never considered that whatsoever. Kai has just no real chance of getting back into this round.
He is really just wondering, hey, can I please have a chance at all? No, I'm sorry, Kai. The answer to that is a firm no.
Goofy didn't even try to help, man. He was just like, oh, well, you're gone. Unlucky.
Sorry, bud. And he ends up making steps as well, so it will be located. The question is, do the CTs lose any players? I think I found it. I found the real ask.
Even if 1 or 2 die, it's no big issue going into the last round of the half.
You know what's worse than a 111 though, Michael?
What?
A 113.
Yeah, I had a feeling that was going to be your response, but I thought there might be
an
extra clever quip in there.
No, nothing about it, man.
Yeah,
There's nothing extra clever about what's going on with Kai right now.
done the math correctly.
Gotta say, very underwhelmed from that performance in particular. Just seems to be getting caught out continually, not able to find dual wins. Maybe it's just one of those days, one of those maps that you can have, but absolutely not what you would expect.
Tyler has been the spark at the very least here for 9, and it looks like he might be a frontliner for them if on an A-side attack. They have grouped themselves in lobby nice and quick, and they're looking to overwhelm Exorcist, but Kyler's dropped and Goofy's there to trade things out. The flashes are great. Jax cannot see a damn thing, and Goofy getting the double means that Afro will have to wait for his teammates to regroup before they retake, because Body's coming in on the flank.
Ooh. I thought he'd pull the trigger. Goofy has saved the day, at least some of it, but maybe the day is not over yet. Somehow, Body and Djoko will combine forces and leave Minio wondering whether he can extend his arms a little bit more and pick up that AWP. Mac 10's hardly going to be the best of weapons to have in this position, as the bomb defuse will be threatened out soon. More likely than not, Body's got full util as well. Quick flash over so that they can peek through close range. Minio is covered off. There's a grenade in Body's hands. And although Minio has been able to find one, the grenade will finish him off regardless. Djoko, plenty of time. 12 rounds for Heat, and well, let's just say things are looking a little bit dire for 9. We're off to a break. When we're back, we have to find out whether the Polish squad has any fight left in them whatsoever.
Nine's map pick in the series, and it's not gone quite so swimmingly. Got close a few times over, but only able to muster 3 moving into the second half means that this pistol round is important. The defense here on Nuke will be the crux of whether or not they come back into this game or not. And Heat have been really, really on point today. Everybody contributing. It is myself, Yumi, and Tea Time on the microphones for this evening. See if he can get up to some antics early on. Joko taking some damage and actually tucking himself in enough. He's been hitting the gym, making sure that his butt don't stick out too far. But they are accelerating over towards the safe side, and they found a couple kills quick.
All right, well, Minio, in the meanwhile, comes through with a couple of quick tags as well. The Sparrow in back underneath heaven is wondering why you would go to the gym and reduce the butt. Everyone knows all about them glutes, and well, Body's got glutes for days and is just dunking on these guys.
Yeah, very well done here from Heat, finding these entries quick and easy. Got 3 before the bomb even went down, and then Body just sweeps up the rest. Feels like that's the last bit of hope now evaporated.
Just like those glutes.
Just, yes.
Evaporated.
Not feeling quite so voluptuous on the side of Heat.
I feel
It's
like
all for aerodynamics.
Like, I just feel like you really went out there and dissed Joko, because like Joko's just been like hitting them squats for months, and then just this random costume.
Yeah, man, he was tucking in nice, and he was tucking in nice there. You know, he was making sure he wasn't getting shot.
All right, man. All right. Oh, yeah, Afro. Come on, let's get that styling going on. Goofy, in the meanwhile, just swinging out as well, hoping to get a couple of quick kills, but that's just Afro all day, baby.
That was sick. Yeah, it's only a couple of kills, but that looks so clean. Look at him. Bah!
Oh, I think the alternating pistols really helps to that one.
Yeah. Guy's ambidextrous.
Yeah. 14-3 Heat are having some fun, and be witnessed by XSCs and his purchase or lack thereof. Afro's going to be coming in from behind. They're hoping to be able to overrun. Minio is gone. Sparrow, in the meanwhile, confined to hell, and Kyler has been left to create a bit of a hell of his own. XSCs will be caught off. Kyler made noise so that Goofy could try and locate him in the background. Smoke is good, but it's not good enough. Kyler is still able to get down and jiggy over in the lower bomb site. In the meanwhile, Kai threatened out from the double doors, but it is Body that is a true threat. Good for 1, make it 2. This Mac-10 has it all to do, and it is more than comfortable stepping up to the plate.
Spirit spotted at ramp, but does the dirty, finds the kill, and Body's on low HP. Afro has to try and find a side swipe, and he will do so in time. A 15th round here for Heat. They collapsed in at that ramp position, and they just lost the site too fast. I mean, it is also just as well served. XRC's got nothing with his dualies. Only weapon he brought forward into the round, but yeah, he'd have just been too quick entering into the second half. There's no room to adapt, no room for change. They have to hope that this bye can get them over the line for at least one more round. Power play close, and Body will get flashed up, but can recover in time.
Oh, wow. Nice. Body's looked really sharp in so many situations. I have to say, this guy is very much... Clearly, he's still a grinder at heart.
Yeah.
Joko comes off Minio, makes it look easy. Goes for a little bit more damage, and the Molotov is what finishes off Kyler as well. In the meanwhile, okay, 2 and 17. Talked about already how he's not been having the greatest of games. Has now added 33, well, 50% technically to his kills, and that is all he'll have added. Sparrow's left alone. 1-on-2, M4 recovered, and a grenade right there with it. There is no kit in the locality, if I'm not wrong. So, it'll be a difficult retake.
I wonder whether they heard the gun drop or not. They should have been outside of earshot, but could be some indicators for them to work around. And wow, XRCs will just jump up around and try and get elevation on the bomb site. That will be a Heat collection here on our first map, but it's a real surprise to see 9 get dominated so hard on their map pick.
It's also really surprising to see Kai just performing so poorly. I mean, if you look towards how this past 3 months have been, 9, generally speaking, have had Kai as their highest rated player. So I'm hoping that it's a bit of an anomaly and that when Ancient comes around up next, it'll be slightly better. Ancient, obviously, Heat's map pick going into this one.